What on earth has happened to Valencia in these last couple of years? Right now they're sitting 16th, just outside the relegation places in La Liga. Lots of debt as well. Owner is not the greatest and there is a lot to go on at Valencia. Today we're going to be doing a youth only / under 18 signings only rebuild with Valencia. Trying to get that debt clear, kind of get them back to the top of La Liga. And we're using the unbelievable formation I released on Friday from Joseph VY. What's going on there, guys? Kempy here and welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all doing very well. It's my first time recording a video in about a week. I've been so busy. We've now got a massive partnership as well with Sortitoutsi, so full preparation today. If you haven't seen that announcement, I released a video on Friday, which is the tactic we're going to be using today. It's a tactic based off Joseph VY. The guy's an absolute genius on Sortitoutsi. I'm going to be using that tactic today. I'll be making 2 videos a week over there as well. So if you are subscribed to the channel and you want to see more Kempy, what I'll be doing over there is a tactic a week and a rebuild per week on a Tuesday and a Thursday is the plan. So Monday tactic, Tuesday tactic, Wednesday rebuild, Thursday rebuild, Friday tactic, Sunday rebuild. All of the Kempy content, you just have to subscribe on 2 different channels. Obviously one of them is a massive channel in Sortitoutsi, so massive thank you to them guys over there. But today is Valencia time and it's time to rebuild Valencia. Like I said, in real life they are sitting down in 16th position and they are in major need of saving because right now things are not looking good for Valencia. We'll be using a tactic which I have found online. It is 4-3-2-1 Joseph VY. This is from the Sortitoutsi website and is quite frankly outrageous. I'm going to quickly just pick this as a quick pick and you can see the team that's going to be lining up on most games. This first season, I'm telling you now, we break the game. This tactic is literally outrageous. It's got defensive wingers, inverted wing backs. I'll go through the tactic now with you guys. There's a sweeper keeper on defend in goal with tackle harder. Inverted wing back on support, shoot less often and tackle harder and get further forward. That is on the both left and right wing back. If you have not seen that video on Friday, Sergio Ramos scored a 30-yard screamer and he was pretty much the most attacking guy in the whole team, and that was from right back. And when I go through the in-possession instructions, you understand why this formation is so wild. So you've got ball playing defender at the left centre back and the right centre back, dribble more and tackle harder. A DM on support just in front, hold position, tackle harder. Defensive winger on the right, cross from byline, shoot less often, get further forward. The same on the left. 2 shadow strikers on attack in behind and advance forward. The shadow strikers are set to tackle harder and advance forward also to tackle harder. The mentality is set to balanced. It is shorter passing, passing to space. Focus played on the left and the right, underlap in the left and the right. Mind-blowing stuff. Higher tempo, run at the defence, lower crosses, roll it out, counter press, high press system, press much more often as well and prevent the short distribution and get stuck in. This formation is very good. It does break the game. So that is why we've set limitations at the club. The club actually has very good youth facilities, 16 youth facilities, 16 training facilities. So we're going to be using them as much as possible, as well as setting a limit on signing only under 18 players so they can become homegrown at the club. If we did this, use this tactic, and we just made any signings we want, we'd probably dominate Spanish football for the next 15 years. I would never need to touch the game again. But because of the formation and because of the restrictions we're putting in, this should be a very, very fun rebuild to see if we can not only get to the top of Spanish football, but also stay there as well. Let's get right into the end of this first season. I'll show you guys how well we've done in the first year. Then go through some transfers we made. Go through some, obviously, a lot of loan players here. Iax Mariba, Samuel, Lino, Justin Kluivert. There's a lot of players that will not be around next season. So we've got to replace them through youth or through under 18 signings. So let's get right into it. End of season 1. How have we done? Just very quickly, before we do get into the end of season 1, if you can, make sure just to carry on smashing the support. Like the video, it takes 2 seconds. Comment down below on why you think Valencia are so wrong and who is your favourite player to come out of the Valencia Youth Academy as well. Make sure you're liking the video, subscribing to the channel and following on all these things as well. We've got Twitter, TikTok, not Instagram, Twitch and YouTube, because we have to be on everything these days. And I mean, I'm about to show you some pretty outrageous results. Given their position in real life, winning the league is rather impressive with Valencia. No signings. This is the team that is playing in real life, sitting 16th in the league. We've absolutely smashed it. And Edinson Cavani, I mean, how's he done that then? 40 games, 53 goals. He managed to get 46 goals in La Liga on his own. 7.87 average rating. I'm pretty sure he's going to be up there for the Ballon d'Or. I mean, that is ridiculous. Andre Almeida also having a very good season, that shadow striker role. Jose Gaia playing in that left wing, defensive winger position, having an unbelievable season as well. 21 assists for him. But Cavani stole the show, and this Valencia team actually did very, very well. I mean, we've got a lot of players, like I said, that will be leaving the club in terms of loans. So we've got to get rid of them four straight away, and we're instantly left there with a team that's not quite as strong. I mean, need another cam, need another DM. Yunus Musa is very good. He's probably going to move in to that cam role. But there's a lot to go on here at the club, and in terms of the youth facilities as well, there is some very good young players. We've got Carlos here, who has come from the youth academy this year. We've got Fida, Apara. I think there's a guy that I used pretty much the whole time. He might be in the squad already. I'm pretty sure he actually started in DM. It's Hugo Guillemon. This guy is going to stay around for the whole 5 years. He is Valencia through and through, starting in 2016. He's been here the whole time. He's been here through the hard times, and it's only right we bring the big good times back to Hugo. Played 33 games this season, done very, very well. He could play all the way up the centre of the park, but he'll be playing in centre-back for us mainly. But there is a big old squad here. There's a lot of players that are here. There's a lot of good young players as well. One player we are going to make sure we use is Koba Lien. He also looks very, very good. Transfer-wise, we've not got a lot of money, as to be expected. In terms of the debts, let me just show you, we are £146 million in debt. We need to try and get that down as much as possible in this. I want to basically leave Valencia in the best position I can for you guys, because if you don't know, at the end of the season, at the end of the save, I'm going to get this save in the Discord channel. So head down to that Discord channel so you can download this. And I want to leave Valencia in the best place for you. You can see in terms of the league position, we were pretty much at the top and second the whole way. Obviously finishing just 1 point above Real Madrid. Knocked out in the semis of both the Copa de España and the Copa del Rey by Real Madrid. So maybe Real Madrid got very unlucky to not do it all. Did they win the Champions League this year? Because if they did, they could have had oh my God, they're in the final. They could have had an absolutely wild season, winning absolutely everything. But we managed to pip them to the post. In terms of goals per game, we're scoring 2.58 goals per game, which is very, very high. Getting just 0.82 as well. As we go into the La Liga detailed stats as well, you can see we're sitting top on most goals of 98 goals, 14 clear of Real Madrid. Conceded as well, we are quite a bit below Real Madrid there, 31 goals conceded. Possession-wise, we should be fairly high. We're actually not on that list, which is rather interesting because all of the sims we have done with this have been quite high on the possession. 15 clean sheets, Real Madrid did very well defensively, just 23 clean sheets in 38 games. That is outrageously good. But very, very good first season. There are some players here we're going to be keeping an eye on. So let's go forward to the start of the next season. I'll show you guys the transfers that we have made, and I'll show you guys the team and what it'll be lining up for season number 2. But when you're only spending £1.2 million in a summer window, surely it's not possible to, keep that La Liga title. We've signed Jean Martin, a young centre-back. Doesn't look fantastic, but it's from Real San Sebastian. We signed Baba as well on a free contract. 3 players have left on a free. It's very difficult to hire players and get them in when you're looking at only under 18s. This is the team we're going to be going with, and you can see there's even 2 silver-starred players in this team. One of them is Carlos, who I showed you last time out. He's a young left winger that's come through the academy. We're going to train this guy up, and he's going to be locked in to that left mid role this season. The team is looking like Georgi Mamardashvili in goal, a very, very good young goalkeeper. Where did he come from? He come from Georgia, actually, and end up signing for Valencia. I like this guy a lot in real life, and I hope he could be someone Manchester United look into getting this summer. Yunus Musa and Almeida in the cam roles. Carlos at the left wing. Castillo at the right wing. Koba Lien has come back with his loan and is going to slot into that DM spot. Gaia, Randall Correa, Palista, Guillemon and Mamardashvili make up the rest of the back line. But like I said, it's going to be very difficult to retain La Liga this season. Season preview-wise, we're sitting in 5th place. We have got the Champions League, so I wouldn't be surprised if we did maybe drop out of that top 4. I simmed this over a week and a half ago, so I've genuinely got absolutely no idea how we carry on going throughout the save. I knew we won the league in the first year, but after that, I genuinely had absolutely no idea. So I'm excited to go through, and it's almost like re-going on my past and going through what we've gone through here. But it's going to be a good, fun season. Finances-wise, we're looking okay. Debts and loan, we're down to £102 million already. That Champions League money is going to help us out massively. Transfer budget-wise, only 3 million, but I suppose it doesn't matter too much. Let's go ahead. How have we done at the end of season 1, and who has been the standout performer for season number 2? Well, I said I'd be happy with keeping in the top 4, and that is exactly what we actually managed to do. Finishing 7 points clear of Villarreal, who 5th place also got a Champions League spot. Champions League, I think, is fairly respectable. Knocked out by Liverpool in the round of 16, who didn't go on to win it, but obviously a very, very strong side. Copa del Rey quarter-final by Real Madrid, but we did win the Supercopa de España, a 1-0 win against Real Madrid, a Hugo Duro goal. He is going to be a key player for us this season. We managed to keep him locked in up front over Edinson Cavani because Hugo Duro is, I believe, Valencia. Oh, he's not. He's a young player that's come through from Getafe we've signed. But it's a very good young player anyway at Valencia. And yeah, we decided to lock him in this season. 36 goals he scored in 51 appearances. So a very, very good season for him. And the cover star, Yunus Musa. If you do not know who this guy is, he's absolutely outrageous. Been in our save. He's 21 years old and he's played 32 caps for the USA already. English and Italian nationality, and for us, he's already a 4.5-star current ability player, and he's absolutely outrageous. He's been playing in that shadow striker role for us, and he's been doing a bloody fantastic job at it as well. 14 goals and 14 assists in La Liga this season. Now, Almeida dropping off ever so slightly. Gaia in that left wing back inverted role doing very well as well. And young Carlos, 1 goal, 8 assists, but for his first season in professional football, just 16 years of age now, and he was 15 for the first half of the season. He's done very, very well, actually. I'm quite impressed at how he has done. A 6.83 average rating. Didn't look too out of depth. In terms of average rating, highest is Musa. Mosquera has come in at second. He played lots of games for us. He is a young 19-year-old through the Valencia academy as well. He's done quite well, actually. How was that? 34 games. So we played a lot of games. Duro doing well. Gaia. Where is Koblien? Here he is. 49 games, 2 goals, 4 assists. Another good young player. And he's not got the greatest potential on him, but he's a player that I think could do very well here. We signed him from Lens nearly 4 or 5 years ago now. But he looks very, very good, actually. He's quite well-rounded, and he's going to be good in terms of the youth system. In terms of the players that have come up into the youth academy, looking at potential, there's a couple of good ones. Again, Tumani Cisse looks like a really good left back. Inigo Saints looks very good. Alberto Garagavola looks good as well. It's a good striker. Not the greatest of finishing on him, so maybe won't be the best. Heading into Valencia B, is there anyone in here that could help us out? Let's have a little look. Not really. So it's going to be another difficult season. Obviously, I have set here the positions that I am looking to improve on. Right back, centre back, left back, right mid, and cam. What sort of money have we got for that? 25 million. Now, that looks quite a lot, but there's only a certain amount of players you can actually sign. You can see I already put in bids in for a couple. Fairly good on the wage budget. In terms of finances, this is what we wanted to see. We are now up to 60 million in the bank. Net debt at just 54 million. This needs to grow and grow and grow. We need to get Valencia back to being an absolute powerhouse in Spanish football. Let's see what transfers we can make for the end of season number 1. Just quickly, the data hub, the goals per game certainly come down removing Cavani. Hugo Duro did not have quite as good a season as Cavani did, so maybe a striker is in the offing as well. So let's go ahead and let's find out what we can do for season number 3. We actually managed to spend a little bit of money, and we spent £36 million, which I think was needed because finances, well, we have got quite a lot in the bank. Only 5 million left in the transfer budget, but like I did show you, the debts are coming down, the overbalance is going up, and if we want to keep that happening, we need to stay in the Champions League. So Joao Veloso, the first one, he's just clocked over to being 19 years of age. Now we've gone through into June, but we signed him at 18. Looks very, very good as a shadow striker. 10 finishing isn't the greatest, but we're certainly looking to improve that. 5-star potential on the man, very consistent. Just 19 years of age now, 6'1". He's going to be a fantastic shadow striker pair for Yunus Musa. Last season with Benfica, he didn't play too many games. 6.85 average rating. He's coming in here to be an absolute star. 16 flair, 16 vision, excites me a lot as well. So he's going to be a very exciting player. Alex has been signed, a young 18-year-old from the Real Madrid academy. We signed him for £5 million. He played 7 games last season for Real Madrid B. He's going to be a backup to our man Carlos. Tommy Stepford has come in, an 18-year-old Holland English goalkeeper. You guys should know who this guy is. He's from Ajax. He's 6'4". He's an absolute giant. And he's doing very, very well at Ajax in the youth academy there. So he's come here for just, what was it, £3.5 million. So we'll see how he does as our backup goalkeeper. Alfredo Mitkov, our first regen signed. He looks very, very good, doesn't he? 16 aggression, 18 bravery, great jump and reach, great heading as well. He's coming in, gone straight back on loan to Cadiz, but he was signed for just £2 million. Tommaso Girardello has been signed, 18 years of age. This guy is a real-life player. He's actually at Padova. He's on a loan spell at Juventus, which is a little bit weird. But he looks very good in terms of acceleration. Finishing's not great, but can be improved. Composure also needs to be improved, but looks very good and has some decent potential. And Marcos Zamora has also come in, a very good young player signed from Deportivo La Coruña. He's going to be our right winger backup. or maybe even starter actually. I've not quite got that locked in, or have I? I have. He's going to be starting at right wing. So these positions that are going to be locked in for this season. So Mamardashvili is in goal. Jean Martin and Guillemon at centre back with Jesus Vasquez, who's another very good young player. I think we've moved Gaia on now out of the team. We've moved on to Jesus Vasquez. And he looks like a very good left back. Played 32 games for us last season and looking very, very good. And as that inverted wing back on support, he's certainly got the ability, the technical ability to do a very good role in there. Kobalien keeping as the DM for this season. Zamora as the right mid, Carlos as the left mid, Yunus Musa in at cam, and the rest is all for the game to decide. So let's go ahead, let's simulate how can we do this year. We're back in the Champions League, Del Rey and España, and obviously hopefully the Liga we can do very well this season. Let's go ahead, season number 3, can we get that title back? Let's find out. In classic Kempe fashion, I managed to cock up the save just a little bit in terms of where I saved it, in terms of my simming points, but I'll show you the Champions League. We ended up getting knocked out in the round of 16 by Barcelona, who are obviously very, very strong. Sadly getting knocked out to them, but if we head back into here, everything is still there. So Copa del Rey sadly knocked out in the 4th round by Albacete. That's actually very frustrating. We need to win that at some point. And semi-final in the Supercopa de España by Barcelona. Back in the top 4 again, much tighter this season. We need to certainly improve on this a little bit and try and get that trophy back. I've already made the signings I have for this season, but just going into the data hub, 2.34 goals per game is getting better. The conceded per game has certainly gone down though to just 1.04. There's a few players you might have recognised in here. We'll go through them in just a second. But Tommaso Girardello done very well as our backup striker, 11 goals and 5 assists in this season. The other striker, I'm not actually sure who played up top. I might have sold him already. Yunus Musa, 24 goals, 18 assists, doing very well as usual. I mean, every single stat at least above 11 is absolutely outrageous. So if you're looking for a well-rounded midfielder, go and get this guy. He's an absolute king. Like I said, transfers have been made already. You have spent some serious money. And the player that's got left the door is Hugo Duro. Last season, just 18 goals in 20 appearances before leaving in January, which is maybe why our season fell off a little bit. If we do head to here, it didn't change too much. It changed a little bit when he left. I mean, we dropped down sort of 6th, 7th and 5th. We didn't have the greatest backup striker, which is why Girardello played lots of games for us. But we have gone out there and we've spent big this summer. And Felipe is the signing that we needed. A Brazilian striker, 16 dribbling, 16 finishing, 17 determination, 16 technique, 16 flair. Great pace as well. 5'9". He's going to be the man to lead the line. And he looks absolutely outrageous. I'm glad I've gone ahead and signed a player like this. A regen with some serious potential. He looks very, very good. 5-star potential. Nothing against him in terms of consistency. Last season at Benfica, he only scored 1 goal in 13 appearances. I'm sure that's going to change with the style we're going to be playing him in. He's going to be absolutely outrageous. Igor Travaros is another player we have signed. Brazilian player from Flamengo. 15 million pounds. Looks very, very good. 19 determination, 17 heading, 15 jump and reach. Surely he's going to score some goals with that head of his. Just a little bit inconsistent, which is a little bit of a shame with him, but he's looking very, very good at 6'5", 89 kg. Emilio Herrera, a set mid that's come on, potentially to replace, what's his name? Kobalien in that DM role, because he's not quite progressing as well as I'd like him to. So this guy with some great technique, first touch, he can certainly be a very good player in that DM role from Uruguay, just 18 years of age. So I'm 5'7", so I quite like that sort of Manuel Agarte sort of player in there. Hector Fort has come in from the Barcelona B team, a real player, so it's quite nice to try and sign these. This guy's 16 in real life, but looking very, very good. Just come back from the Under-20 World Cup where he had a 7.4 average rating. Very good all-rounded stats as a right back as well, so looking very good from him. Signed from the Barcelona B team. Eduardo San Martin, another backup striker, 16 dribbling, 17 finishing, 18 determination, 17 flair, 16 technique. Looking very similar to the last guy we just signed, Felipe, but for much cheaper. Slightly inconsistent with him, so he's going to be the backup for this season. Fernando Sanchez Benitez, wow. And as soon as I found this player, I remember thinking, wow, 20 determination, it's exactly what I want to see. But as a shadow striker, he's also got 15 finishing, decent enough pace, and he's 6 foot tall, good passing and technique on him as well. So I'm very excited to see how this guy develops. He's going to turn into an absolute demon, I'm sure, for just 1.7 million from Malaga as well. So excited to see what he can do. And Ebby Cock is another player that has been signed. A young centre-back, good determination, good decision-making, good balance, not great heading or jumping reach, so maybe more of a right-back or left-back, but at just 5'9", he could be a very good centre-back for us as well. Obviously, Hugo Duro leaving and Dimitri Folquer not quite making the cut. I've not managed to lock in anyone this season. We're going to go ahead and just simulate. But in terms of finances, we are looking much better now. £89 million in the bank. This graph, astronomical money has come through the club, and the debt is now just down to £28 million. In terms of the club, I need to try and remember if I did that, improving the youth facilities a little bit more to see if there's anyone that's going to be very good for us. In terms of the potential of the club, we're looking very good. A few 5-star players in here. We've got Jose Maria Iglesias, a 15-year-old winger. He looks very, very good. Eli Koch, Timu Siese looks very good as well. Guy Selim from Israel as a young goalkeeper at just 16 years of age also looks quite good at 6'5" as well. None players in the B team. So let's go ahead. Season number 3. Well, season number 4 actually it is now. Wow, we've gone through this quick, haven't we? How are we going to do? Can we get our title back? Can we win the Copa del Rey? That's what I want this season. Let's see if we can do it. Well, I tell you what, in terms of a 4th season in an only under-18s signings and youth-only rebuild, 2nd in La Liga, by some margin, to be fair, to Real Madrid. Sadly, the runners-up in the Copa del Rey, but doing very, very well and holding our own as a massive club in Spain. The debt now is gone. Finances-wise, we're looking very strong. Money is in the bank, and trust me, Valencia now are set up for the future to be absolute powerhouses in Spanish football. We've got a whole other season to go through. We've cleared all the worries around Valencia in just 4 years and made them a young team that love scoring goals and a very good progressive team. Yunus Musa, another 15 goal, 20 assist season. Just looking at these, 7.12, 7.54, 7.61, 7.30. He's looking absolutely outrageous. I mean, has he won anything in terms of like world awards? He's not won anything in terms of world awards. I mean, Spanish League Player of the Year last season is very good to see, actually. I didn't even go through that. North American Player of the Year as well. Looking very, very good, Yunus Musa. Fernando Sanchez Benitez as well. The player I pointed out, I mean, 1.7 million. 20 determination, I was pointing out. 16 finishing, 6 foot tall. Unreal season for him. 15 goals, 11 assists in 41 appearances. A very good first season for a young 18-year-old. And Felipe as well. Last season at Benfica, 1 goal in 13 games. For us, this season in the league alone, 19 goals in 27 games. Overall, 34 goals in 41 games. A 7.27 average rating is fantastic. Zamora doing very well, 6 goals, 6 assists. Joao Veloso, 7 goals, 11 assists, also doing well. Tommaso doing well off the bench as well. In terms of assists though, Yunus Musa has absolutely smashed it. Jesus Vazquez also developing fairly well at that left back role. Maybe time to replace him. He's not very happy at the club, doesn't like big matches, and really isn't progressing maybe quite as well as we did hope. Transfer wise, like I said, we've got some serious money. We've got 42 million to spend now. It's time to see if we can find some very good under 18s to come into the club. Potentially need to improve that goals per game a little bit more. Maybe another cam, maybe it's just a case of another year where they're progressing. Felipe will end up scoring 100 goals next season. So let's get into the last transfers we are going to do in this save and go ahead and find out what we can do. One last very, very quick ask for you guys. If you can comment down below on your favourite player from this save, that helps out massively. The comments, you have no idea how to create how much a comment helps out. So just comment down below how much you've enjoyed this video, your favourite young player we have signed. Maybe it's going to cover in the next couple of minutes as we go through the results of season number 5 and the signs we did end up making. And also just make sure to like that video as well. So again, helps out massively. It's all in the same space and it's all absolutely free to do so. So if you do enjoy the content around here, just head down there and do them things. And obviously subscribe as well, because you should be subscribed by now. I think only actually 18% of you watching this are subscribed. So there's about 80% of you that are watching this video that are not subscribed. So just go down there and click subscribe. It helps out massively. This season has been a little bit more tough. We have finally dropped out of the Europa League, out of the Champions League, down into the Europa League. And maybe this season, the youth has got a little bit into us. And for you guys, I mean, you could pick this save up now in a completely debt-clear club, lots of money in the bank, lots of very good young players as well, that if you did want to sell on and move on from, you certainly could. I mean, Fernando Sanchez Benitez might be one of the best players in the world at this point. He looks absolutely outrageous. Like I said, 1.7 million we signed him from Malaga. He's at a back-to-back 7.15 and above average rating season. Anticipation, finishing, determination, passing technique. I mean, he's absolutely off the charts good. The only con on him is his weakest attribute is not getting into rough challenges. And as a shadow striker, I don't mind that because I don't need you to be doing that. I need you to be scoring goals. I need you to be creating chances. And that's exactly what this guy is doing. So if you pick up this save, make sure to use this guy. Like I said, this save can be picked up down in the Discord link. Felipe, not having the greatest of second seasons, to be honest. Just 19 goals and 2 assists. Nico Otto is a player we signed in the summer just gone. He had a fairly good season. 25 appearances, 14 goals and 6 assists. Yunus Musa doing very well. Geraldo Veloso, Zamora and Carlos have done quite well. The defensive winger position is quite a weird one to get results out of, so they've done well just to be involved. Any more signs we did make, I think I should probably just go through them so you guys don't think I've just spawned some random players in. I mean, Emilio Lastra come in. He's a very good young cam. I think he actually went back out on loan, possibly. Nico Otto, we signed for £25 million. We've just seen this guy. Very expensive, but very good player. Lamine Yatta from Bayern Munich. He's a good defensive winger, so he was signed. And David Rios as well, a young right back signed as well. A few players gone out the door. I mean, finally, Jose Guy has left. Uros Rakic has also left. Koblien finally ended up leaving to Almira, but ended up developing quite nicely, actually. But as the team as a whole, this team is very, very good. It's young, it's full of talent. I mean, in terms of the actual general info, looking at age-wise, you've got a 26-year-old in goal, which is fine to have an older goalkeeper. Then 27, Hugo Guillamon, staying at the club the whole time. How well has he progressed? He looks outrageously good. And then you've got Trevaros at 20, Theo Rado Carrera at 28, then you've got Veloso at 21, Carlos and Zamora both at 19, Benitez at 19, Musa at 24, and Felipe at 20, and the bench is just basically on the 21's bench. So a very, very strong team here at Valencia, and one that you guys can pick up and hopefully have very much fun with. If you guys do use the save, let me know in the Discord channel. Like I said, it's available to download there. And I know you guys want to see these as well. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you next time.